All right, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom. All right, we should be live here. Yep, we live. All right, shalom. All right, of course, we the brothers here from Great Millstone, Atlanta Camp, coming at you with another lesson through the Spirit. Of course, before we get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. All right, and also we want to say double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule and teach well. Peace, salutations, and much love to the elect of Israel scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make their calling of election sure. As you brothers see on the title, we're going to be dealing with the fourth chapter of First Thessalonians. Thessalonia was one of the churches in Macedonia as we went into me and brother Karatazai, when we started out the lesson of Macedonia. To continue the segment that we had going on, which we'll be going through all the epistles with different brothers from the Atlanta camp to give the understanding on what Paul was writing according to the Holy Spirit. So we can go ahead and start it out, and you know, as the Spirit permit, you know, y'all brothers break out points in scriptures.
God. This is First Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 1. It says, furthermore, then we beseech you, brethren, and exhort you by the Lord Yahushua, that as ye have received of us, ye ought to walk and to please the Most High, so ye will abound more and more.
Absolutely. And Apostle Gabar just did a video, which was a response to Element, which was the former camp head of Dallas, the Dallas camp, GMS Dallas. And you know, Apostle Gabar made some beautiful points. The video was 100% on point, and I recommend all of you brothers to check that video out when the Spirit permit. But we have to understand that we are in a race. Now, when you're racing, you're obviously racing against somebody. Mm-hmm. That's what makes it a race. You're competing. But who are you competing against? You're competing against yourself. Mm-hmm. You're racing against yourself. Okay, which is who? The old man. Mm-hmm. And the old man consists of the way you used to carry yourself prior to coming into the truth. Yeah. That's what the old man is. You know, how you responded to certain situations, how you dealt with certain situations, your diet, your moral code that you used to keep, so on and so forth. That's the makeup of the old man. Now, when we come into this truth and we put our hand on the plow, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua expects us to incorporate the new man. Now, the new man is in a race with the old man. Mm-hmm. All right. But as you're racing against the old man, you have to balance yourself. Okay. All right. You cannot go overboard. You can't have you can't treat this truth like it's a 40-yard dash. Right. All right. This is a marathon race. This is, you know, this takes endurance. This takes a steady stride. Mm-hmm. And you also, on the flip side, you can't be a slowpoke. You can't be a snail. Mm-hmm. All right. So what Paul is saying here is, you know, he was writing this letter in the 4th chapter to show the brethren in Thessalonica how to walk in the Spirit so that they may abound. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now read that.
Oh, Adam.
Okay,
you can read.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I had a precept going into that word abound, which that word abound, believe means to basically like to increase or to flourish. You know, mm-hmm. So all your deeds in this truth, man, you're supposed to grow. You know, mm-hmm. You shouldn't be stagnant, which goes back to the topic like Taswan was going into as far as being balanced, man. You should be balanced within your measure, but that should lead you to grow. You know, go from basically to abound, which means to flourish.
Yeah, right,
so
right.
I got a precept. It says First Corinthians 15 and 58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it says always abounding. You know, so you know, if you feel like you get to a certain point in the truth, you know, where you have a better understanding of things, you know, or a better memory, or even if you feel, basically if you feel like that you're growing in the truth doesn't mean that it stops there. You know, it's always work that you can do, man. You know, whether it be being amongst the brothers more, you know, carrying yourself better. You know, now that you have the knowledge, now you got to start inputting that wisdom.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I finish it off. It says, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
That's it.
You see that? So yeah, to build the brother's point, you know, this work that we putting in through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, our daily labors, lessons, fellowship, going through our persecutions, highways and byways every week. This work is not going to go in vain, man.
That's right.
All right. And the precept I got in my Bible is what's that? Hebrews 6, where scriptures say the Lord's not unrighteous to forget our works.
Yeah.
And a labor of love, man. We was talking about that prior to the stream, how like we're going through all this stuff, man. But we know we got the vision that we know, like at the end of this road, man, it's gonna be a payoff, man. That's it. And we got faith in that. So through the spirit, we keep going, man.
Right.
That's
right, brother.
Yep,
I got something real quick. It's Philippians 1:9. It says, "And this I pray, that your love may abound yet more and more in knowledge and in all judgment." So this thing is all about abounding. This thing is all about growth. This thing is like the apostles tell us all the time as younger men. The apostles tell us that, you got to come up on a level. Apostle Rakar always says that, you got to come up on a level. You got to come up on a level, and that's the truth. But how do you come up on a level? All right. You have to incorporate the habits or righteous habits, in order for you to grow within the ministry. You got to do the things that were written aforetime. Okay. You're not going to come up on a level just by, complaining all damn day. You're not going to come up on a level by, praying without action. All right. You're going to come up on a level when you actually incorporate these righteous fruits of the spirit. Wait, if you Lord to give you biceps and triceps, right, and they're gonna grow overnight. No, you got to work them out. All right, you got to take supplements. You got to do certain things in order to grow the area that you want to grow in. All right, so let's keep going in that First Thessalonians 4.
John, this is I'll reread verse 1. It says, "Furthermore, then we beseech you, brethren, and exhort you by the Lord Yahushua, that as you receive of us how ye ought to walk, and to please the Most High, so you will abound more and more." Verse 2, "For ye know what commandments we gave you by the Lord Yahushua, for this is the will of the Most High, even your sanctification, that ye should abstain from fornication."
That's right. So this is the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that we come back into the spirit of righteousness, being sanctified. When you look up the word sanctified, it means the purification or cleanse. Spiritual cleansing, absolutely. And as we serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he expects all of us to get more and more of that dirt and that grudge and that mud off of us, man. So therefore we can abound, we can shine, we can glow, we can possess that light. That light will show forth as we continue to sanctify ourselves with this word. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says, verse 3, "But this is the will of the Most High, even your sanctification, that you should abstain from fornication."
Now, what is that fornication talking about? That word is fornication. What is that word what does that word fornication mean? It's talking about spiritual fornication. Okay, and that goes into worshiping all these idols. Like when you read the book of Colossians, that particular city had a spirit of worshiping angels. So that's why Paul would write certain things to that particular church dealing with the worshiping of angels, which would cause them to be unclean spiritually. Okay, so we got to understand that we are not to entangle ourselves with these different festivities and these deities and these things that people do to worship anything else outside of Yahweh Bashim Shah. You're not to partake in it. Okay, go ahead.
This is Revelations 14:4. It says, "These are they which were not defiled with women, for they were virgins."
They were what?
They were virgins.
Virgins mean what? Untouched. Okay, not penetrated. Okay, so that's talking about spiritual virgins. All right, meaning we didn't lie down with these other idols. Okay, we didn't give our spirit over to these other ideas and these other philosophies. That goes into Matthew the 25th chapter, the parable about the 5 wise virgins and the 5 foolish virgins.
Yeah,
you know, and the 5 wise virgins represent the elect because they took a proper amount of oil to be able to light their lamps going forward. Then you had the 5 foolish virgins that didn't take enough oil, that was trying to get the oil from the wise virgins. But the wise virgin said, "What? Go ye to the buyers, go ye to the sellers and buy."
Yeah.
Meaning, hey, you need to go back and get this truth.
That's right.
You need to come up under proper order. See, a lot of you guys, you're missing the oil, and that's because you don't want to come up under the apostles and elders of Great Millstone.
Hey, if I could just add to your point too, this ties in with the first precept in Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, is as a part of growing. You know, because before we came into the truth, we worship other false gods, man. By celebrating these holidays, thinking that Yahweh Shah was a so-called white man, but once we cut those off, we're not committing that fornication anymore, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we basically was the Gentiles.
Yeah,
that was the whole storyline of the Gentiles in the New Testament, man. These Israelites that was worshiping Zeus or whatever, these Greek guys and all kind of weird stuff. But then through the Spirit, they forsook that and they came back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, man.
That's right, bro.
That's right. I had a precept too. If you found.
I have a little bit more on this. Yeah, you got it. It says, "These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth." Yeah,
who was the Lamb?
Yahweh Shah.
That's right. The Lamb is Yahweh Shah. And it says what? We follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. But the scriptures say we believe and we have not seen. So how do we follow the Lamb? By his voice, by his word. That's right. All right. That goes into the John the 10th chapter. My sheep hear my voice. So we do the things according to what Yahweh Shah has written, and we follow those things that he wrote. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "These were redeemed from among men."
Right. Meaning bought back. All right. Redeemed from among men. Meaning the Lord actually gave forth that sacrifice to be able to purchase back the elect from amongst the regular citizens or the regular population out here. Okay, like the scriptures tell you, in Ezra the 2nd chapter, it say, "But the servants of the Lord required them for himself."
That's right.
Meaning he required them for a particular purpose that he's going to use for himself. Okay, go ahead.
It says, "Being the first fruits unto the Most High." Being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb.
And to the Lamb. Okay, so the first fruits represent those spirits that were created in the beginning with Yahweh Shah. All right, those spirits today are called the elect, the 144,000. Those are the first fruits of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah that he's going to redeem. Okay, you have something else?
Yep, going to the word basically fleeing that fornication, man. It's a quick precept. First Corinthians 6:18. "Flee fornication. Every sin that man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit which is in you?"
And that's going back to how to possess our vessels in sanctification. Okay, shouldn't be going around drinking Kool-Aid, eating noodles, smoking cigarettes, and being an old nigga, man. Right? Dealing with women and not cleaning yourself up. Putting certain things in your body that's harmful.
That's right.
Or abhorrent herbs. These are the things that we got to incorporate, considering the fact that the Lord called us into this ministry, meaning he's sanctifying us with his word. So we got to know how to possess our vessels in that sanctification. All right? Meaning you shouldn't be walking around musty. You shouldn't be walking around, toe up.
Right.
T-shirt all ripped up.
Yeah.
Pants sag.
Yeah, through, crust all in your eye, crust all in your, just being a damn degenerate, man.
Right.
All right, you got to know how to even carry yourself when you in these bodies, man. All right, put smell goods on, oils.
Yeah, because if I can add, because you gotta understand too. Remember that with priests, and you read the law, the priest was always command them after they do something, always constantly
wash themselves,
wash your hands. You gotta change your clothes. The priest was always washing, physically. So you gotta try to have that mind frame too. With priests after the order of Melchizedek. So you gotta have that mind frame of being clean and being priestly, man.
That's right. That's right, brother. That's right. You have more?
Well, I remember this last verse. Verse 20. It says, "For ye are bought with the price. Therefore glorify the Most High in your body and in your spirit, which is of the Most High."
That's right. So it's saying we were bought with a price. And what was the price that Yahushua paid? His blood.
That's right.
All right. That's why the scriptures tell you that in Acts the 20th chapter, it says, oversee the flock which he had purchased with his own blood. The price that Yahushua paid was the sprinkling of the blood. So now that he's paid that price, we have to honor him in spirit and in our body, in our vessels. All right, because the Lord deals with cleanliness. All right, the Lord deals with godliness, which are one of the fruits of the spirit. Okay, and we must know how to possess our spirit in that fashion. Okay, so let's go back to the Thessalonians.
This is verse 4. It says that every one of you should know how to possess his vessel in sanctification and honor.
That's right. Go ahead.
Not in the lust of concupiscence.
Which concupiscence means it goes into the desire of a forbidden lust. That's what the concupiscence means. All right, meaning you shouldn't be desiring to smoke that dank. You shouldn't be desiring to have these illicit sexual acts with these women, threesomes, and going up the back end, the back road.
Married women.
Yeah, having a desire to sleep with a married woman.
I was watching the lesson from Apostle Hart. He was saying if a brother, is basically lusting after a woman, and she's on the job with you, and she got a man, you should leave that job, man.
Yeah.
You go see her every day. You'll be in her face all day, and that lust gonna lead to something else. Which is a sin, that adultery.
So one thing always leads to another.
I got a quick precept on that. It's Sirach 18:30. Go not after thy lust, but refrain thyself from thine appetite. That's
killing the flesh, man. That's walking in the spirit. Because that's the flesh. You see brother see a piece of pork. They think you may think look at that pork over there sizzling. That's the flesh, man. You're supposed to kill the flesh, man. Romans the 8th chapter speak about that, man. How if you walk in the spirit, what will come out of that? First, if you walk in the flesh, what will come out of that? Which is death.
That's right.
That's
right, brother.
That's right. It's a little more. It's, last verse 31. If thou givest thy soul the desires that please her, she will make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies that malign thee.
Yeah, and that goes into Luke 14. Yeah, say they began to mock him that wasn't able to finish. Now, usually, if you are not able to finish a job, it's because you got distracted.
Yeah.
Now that distraction is that lust, and by you fulfilling the desires of that lust, people gonna make fun of you. Oh shit, man. This dude here, man. He was cussing everybody out. He was going in. He was hard body. Where he at? What he doing? Oh, he fell off like that. All right, well that's what he get. Gonna mock you, man. All right, because you let a lust distract you. All right. Remember, this thing is about tunnel vision. This thing is about balance. This thing is about growth. Here it is. We walking a tightrope, man. You ain't got no time to be getting distracted, man. Putting your spirit all into other things that ain't fruitful to the ministry. Gonna fall out. You know, and the scriptures it's written in the scriptures. It's written. So it goes to show that really everything boils down to Yahweh Bashim Shai dealing with you or not. Okay? You had any more on that?
No, that was it, bro.
Okay, come on, go ahead, bro. You got it.
This is verse 5. It says, not in the lust of concupiscence, even as the Gentiles, which know not the Most High.
Yeah, go ahead. Which those Gentiles are those Israelite foreigners that were all up into those Greek and Roman lust.
Yeah, going back to that fornication.
Yeah, fornication.
Fornication.
You good. Yeah, that's what they was doing. You know, in Greek and Rome, man, you parlay, man.
Yeah.
You could goddamn get high. You could do all kind of. You could do whatever, man.
Wide open out there.
Yeah, you just just having a freak fest, man. You could worship Diana of Ephesus. You could, have orgies. You could eat whatever the hell you want to eat. You could, work on the Sabbath. You could eat all kind of abominable things. The temple was destroyed. So hey, man, it was just up in the air, man. Mm-hmm. Hey, that's why the Lord said the Gentiles didn't know the Most High. They was given into all the lust of Satan. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 6, it says that no man go beyond and defraud his brother in any manner. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Because the Lord is the avenger of all such.
That's right, meaning you shouldn't be purposefully defrauding brothers, man. Mm-hmm. All right? Defrauding brothers, for money, so you can go out and spend money on a chick, man, or buy some shoes, or just going, going backhanded, stealing money from brothers, man, for your own lust and your desires. Yeah. Okay. Now you're gonna have certain brothers that's gonna be hard up, that's gonna need assistance, and that's not defrauding. That's why we a body.
Right.
All right. Because don't the scripture say what? Lose thy money for thy brother's sake. So you got to know what that scripture's talking about. It's talking about purposefully defrauding or taking from a brother to fulfill a desire that's not fruitful, man. Mm-hmm. To fulfill a want instead of a necessity. Okay? You shouldn't be doing that, man.
Right.
Okay? Now, if a brother hard up on cash, he may need a whole $50, get some groceries. That ain't defrauding, man.
Right.
He may need, a bill money, mm-hmm. Gas money, or, just extra pocket change.
Right.
And he being straight up with you, yeah, man, I just need it for this. That's not defrauding, but it's like, I need the whole $100 for a bill. You take that $100, you spend it on some goddamn shoes or some clothes, or
see a brother with some new shoes.
Yeah,
I gave him $100.
Yeah, or you taking the chick out on the date. You ain't need that, man. So don't go about to defraud the brother. Go ahead.
It says, because the Lord is the avenger of all such. Mm-hmm.
And we've seen that personally. Go ahead.
As we also have forewarned you and testified.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It says, hey, if I just say too, this is a forewarning from us too, man. Even though we're speaking to ourselves at this moment, if a brother come across this lesson, and hear what we're saying, and he commit a sin such as that, that's a forewarning, man.
Yeah.
You can get judged off of it.
That's right.
It says, verse 7, for the Most High have not called us into uncleanness, but unto holiness.
That's right. Meaning holy, meaning to be made separate, mm-hmm. to be set aside.
Yeah.
Okay. Meaning, Lord, He really requires us to be a cut above the rest, mm-hmm. when it comes to how we carrying ourselves and how we, really pushing out His word. Mm-hmm. He expects us to carry ourselves as humble men, but not to be as those that are without this truth.
That's right, because if I could just say too, mm-hmm. we're supposed to possess the light when we come into the truth, man. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to be when people come amongst you, when you're your everyday walk, or just out and about, they're supposed to feel the spirit, man. They're supposed to notice something that's different about you than just a 2/3 nigga, man. Mm-hmm. You ain't like brothers are going into. That's why it's important to watch how you carry yourself in the truth, man. That's right. Those things that you did once before, you put that to the side, man. Put it away. Right. Because the scriptures speak about putting away the old man. So don't be in the truth, sagging. Walking with your shoes untied. Shirt collar.
Yeah.
Musty. Just musty. You know, really supposed to carry yourself in a professional manner, man. You know,
cleanliness, man. That's right. You had something,
bro? Yeah, I can bring this out real quick.
Okay.
This is back in the law. This is Leviticus 20 and 7. Sanctify yourselves, therefore, and be ye holy, for I am the Lord your power.
That's right. We got to understand that we're dealing with a clean power. We're dealing with a righteous energy, which is Yahweh B'Shem Shai. So he requires us to carry ourselves a certain way, even though we are in the flesh. Okay? He requires us to move in a certain fashion and to possess our vessels in a certain particular type of way, man. Not like how niggas do, man. Be all tatted up, musty, you know, crust in their eyes. Niggas brag about wearing clothes 3 days in a row, no shower.
Yeah.
You know, just real, you know, just low energy characteristics. All right, the Lord requires us to possess our vessel through the spirit of cleanliness and sanctification, man.
That's right.
Okay? You have more out?
Nah.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8, it says, he therefore that despiseth not man, but the Most High, who have also given us his Holy Spirit.
Go ahead.
But as touching brotherly love, ye need not that I write unto you, for ye yourselves are taught of the Most High to love one another.
That's right. Those are one of the commandments. All right. Did not Yahweh Shai say, I write unto you a new thing? You know, you said love the Lord with all thy mind, soul, and spirit, and love thy brother as love thy neighbor as thyself. So that's why you say the Lord taught us already to love, man.
That's right.
How to love each other, man. How to, you know, embrace each other, and how to, you know, show forth that righteous brotherly love. And it's all through the spirit of the Lord. We got to exhort each other. We got to pray for each other. We got to admonish each other. We got to edify each other. We got to uplift. You know, we got to you know, do the things that the Lord tell us to do concerning each other. Keep the laws. Okay, so therefore we won't trespass or infringe upon each other. We keep the laws, because there's laws that show us how to deal with each other.
That's right.
How to, you know, when you're around another brother's woman, you're supposed to, you know, uphold the law, not to desire or lust after.
That's right.
You know, not to lust after his belongings and so on and so forth. You're supposed to know certain things. Okay, let's go.
I have precept.
Okay, go ahead.
This quick precept. This Hebrews 13:1 says, "Let brotherly love continue."
Do what?
It says, "Let brotherly love continue."
That's right. And that's something that's foreign to these Jakes out here, man.
That's right.
Jake don't know how to really, you know, truly have love for each other, man.
Oh, right.
You know, they don't know how to, you know, get on each other when they see Jake out here trying to sleep with their homeboy girls. Oh shit, do what you gotta do, man. Shit, he's old for everybody. Like, that ain't love, man. You know, they don't know how to tell their partner stop eating certain things. Like, man, don't eat that, man.
Right.
I eating that, man. Stuff ain't good for you, man.
That's right.
You know, but stop smoking that stuff, man. Stuff gonna mess you up.
Yeah, like they think love is just, you know, giving somebody a handshake or hugging them, giving them a pound in the back.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man. True love is discipline, man. You know, telling your neighbor or your brother, like, bro, that ain't the way, man. You know. And I got a precept too that go right with that, because this truth is supposed to bring forth life, man. You know, not death. Death is the way of the world, man. You know, that fake love they call it. Yeah. You know, you look at the state of our people. That's what they abide in, and they abide in death. I was going to bring this out real quick. You guys got it back. 1 John 3:14. It says, "We know that we have passed from death unto life, because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death." You see that? So when you don't truly love your brother, like the Taiwan just broke down, hey, you see, hey, bro, you shouldn't need that. You shouldn't be scheming on that brother's woman. You know, you need to fix that, correct that. You know, hey, you're going off on that. That's what real love is, man.
Yeah.
Not you know, hugging and you know, just hugging.
Yeah.
Like, that ain't love, man. That's just
love you, man.
Yeah, love you, man. Nah, man, that ain't.
Right.
You know, that's the Christian definition of love. Just say I love you and give them all.
Yeah, we always show tough love.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's the thing they call tough love, man. You know, and that's what real love is. It's discipline, man. You know, walking honestly according to the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
You know,
because we all, the importance of love also is because we all have a piece of Yahweh Shai in us, man. You know, so if you see a brother, you know, going off, you gotta correct him, man. You know, you gotta let him know that he's doing wrong. You know, or like the precept that the elder just brought out, it'll lead to death, man. And we don't want to see that. You know,
That's right. Yep,
That's right, brother.
that was it.
Come, let's keep going that Thessalonians out.
I'm at verse
10.
10. It says, verse 10, and indeed ye do it toward all the brethren which are in all Macedonia. But we beseech you, brethren, that ye increase more and more.
See, there you go again. There you go again. Increasing and bounding, you know, abounding. The Lord is all about that. The Lord is all about growth. So that's why Apostle Gabar did that video to, you know, show us men how to properly walk this thing, because they have a lot of experiences, you know, with their hand on this plow. They have a lot of experiences. They know, you know, certain things that come with this truth, and they just pass it down to us in hopes that we will incorporate those things when they come our way. Okay, so we got to know that the Lord really requires us to increase more and more. And how do you do that? You got to be about forward progression. Okay, you cannot get into a rut. You can't get into a rut, and then you can't get into a full wheel sprint. You know, Jake just hitting that hole. You know, 40-yard dash in the truth.
Yeah.
Don't burn out, bro. You're gonna throw a hamstring.
I don't know if y'all brothers ever watch anime boxing. He ran too fast, but he was I think he was just showing out for the coach because he was stronger and faster and powerful than everybody else. So he was running on the track and he was breaking records. But then all of a sudden he couldn't even run no more or basically even move, because all he trained for was strength and power. He didn't train for speed. You know, so it's all about that balance, man.
That's right.
You know,
yeah, you can't just jump in this thing and think you about to just hit it off and catch up with brothers, man. No, man, it's a rite of passage in this thing, man. The Lord got to put certain things in your way in this walk in order to prove you. You can't force yourself to a particular level, man. So just pace it out. Okay, keep going up.
God, it says, verse 11, and that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business and to work with your own hands as we commanded you.
Hey, the scriptures say we got to study to be quiet. Now, what does that mean? What does it mean to study to be quiet? That when we get this thing, when we start to understand what the scriptures are saying, we're not getting this understanding to go out and boast and put ourselves up on a level in which we not. Okay, it is the Lord give you certain understandings and certain clues to the scriptures and epiphanies, and Jake will go and they'll be teaching the goddamn people in the line at the grocery store and shit. Right. You know, trying to make themselves seem, you know, having debates with women, and not even doing the work what the Lord told them to do, but they sitting up having a debate with a room full of women. You got to study to be quiet, man. I mean, you got to get this truth for yourself. You got to let this thing marinate within your spirit. That's right. Matter of fact, give me Lamentations 3. Lamentations 3:26, Baba Kushah. Because the word quiet in the Hebrew is shakwat. You know, you got to, when you study it, man, you're supposed to, you know, when the Lord is supping with you, like, oh, man. Yeah, and you let that soak into your own spirit, man. You don't take those inclinations and those things and you just hanging in and dangling over brothers. Yeah, guess what I learned this week? You know, putting yourself into on a level that you ain't. You know, because knowledge don't put you on no level, man.
Knowledge, scripture say knowledge puffeth up.
It ain't the knowledge that put you on a level. It's your experiences. It's what you could say you went through for the faith. That's what brings you up on the level. What you've endured. 26, Baba Kushah.
Lamentations 3:26. It says, it is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
Cut. Okay. You're supposed to be quiet when you're waiting for Yahweh Shema Shah. Get Proverbs 13 and 20. What's that?
I'm right here. I think I'm talking about. Sit and be still.
No, I think it's try 12 and 23. Proverbs 12 and 23.
It was all Proverbs, like in the Psalms.
Because this thing is about getting this thing for yourself, storing up the treasures of Yahweh Shah within you, and then when you go out to the highways and byways, you proclaim those things.
Okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. It's Proverbs 12 and 23. A prudent man concealeth knowledge.
Yeah, see? So if you're a prudent man and you understanding that you're getting all these jewels, all right, now you're gonna keep a lot of those jewels enclosed, and you're only gonna declare these things, that the Lord is giving to you when you go out and speak. All right, but you ain't gonna be randomly calling up your mom. Hey y'all, so y'all kept the Sabbath tonight?
Right.
I'm saying, man, matter of fact, you got your Bible next to you. Give me Genesis 1. Cause y'all tripping, man. Leaving comments on the bitch that you like page.
Yeah.
Talking about Shalom, sister. Leaving the scripture.
Yeah, drop the scripture.
You should have your head wrapped, baby. No. The scripture said, prudent man concealeth knowledge.
That's right.
Because it's not the knowledge that brings you up on the level. The knowledge helps you to understand when, certain things come your way, how to utilize that knowledge. That's what, and that translates into wisdom. Okay, but it's the experience. Like it tells you that in the Apocrypha, I think it's Sirach 25. It says experience is the crown of the aged man. So it's not the knowledge, because you can have an older man that may not have enough knowledge, but he got all kind of experiences that he can share with you. And that experience separates the older men from the younger men. It's not the knowledge. Okay, that's why, like the brother said, knowledge puffeth up.
That's right.
Okay, you ask him.
Yep, something on that point of the precept in Proverbs basically what a prudent man concealeth knowledge, not just uttering everything. Everything got to come out in season, man. You at the local Kroger, in aisle number 9, just breaking down Daniel's 11 to the cashier, like, bro, that's hell out of season, man.
Yeah, you see a leopard, you're like, what the leopard mean? I go back to Daniel, man. The leopard, that's grease.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
What are you talking about, man?
Get them noodles and get out of here.
This is Sirach 20 and 5. It says, there is one that keepeth silence and is found wise, and another by much babbling becometh hateful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, say what? It's one that keepeth silence found wise, man. So a lot of times your silence can be kind of for wisdom, man. You could blurt certain things out, or you could be saying the right thing, but it could be out of season, man. And it says what? You become hateful. People look at you like, man, people ain't gonna want to be around you. It's like this dude always out the spirit.
Yeah, that's really that's really the spirit of the fake woke. The Jake, man. Like what's his name? Polite.
Yeah.
He just looked like every time you try to have a conversation with him, you can't even get 2 words in because he talks so goddamn much. Or the other guy with the dreads, I don't know his name. Small one.
Oh, you're talking about young Pharaoh.
Yeah, young Pharaoh.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you just look at him and just tell that they talk too much, man.
Annoying.
Yeah.
And it's just they want to use that knowledge to separate them, from everybody else. But they don't have no damn experience.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. Get to the point. You brothers got it. So Sirach 20 and 7. A wise man will hold his tongue till he see opportunity.
Yeah.
But a babbler and a fool will regard no time.
Yeah. You can't be a babbler. You can't be just babbling, just flying off at the hinges, man. You got to speak at times from a level of experience.
That's right.
Okay. Because some brothers not impressed by a whole hell of a lot of knowledge, especially if you don't know how to, do the basic things in the camp.
Right.
Here it is. You could go into Pythagorean theorems, but you can't even take the proof.
You can't hold a camp sign.
Yeah, you can't. You can't read loud. You know, so it's all about the experience. You can't endure chastisement. You can't even put your woman in order, but you're trying to break down and get brothers to understand how deep you are.
Right.
You know, I got something real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 25:6. Says, much experience is the crown of old men, and the fear of the Most High is their glory. So that's why the apostles and elders have the merit to lead us, because they have experience. They've endured things. They went through things, and it's truth that they can pass down their experiences, man. And the Apostle Gabar always says, what? One thing that you can't teach is experience. Experience teaches you. You can't teach nobody how to experience something. The experience actually teaches. Let's get back into that Thessalonians 4:11.
Yeah, this is verse 11. It says, and that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business and to do work with your own hands as we commanded you. And just to say, if I could say too, it says, and to do work and to do your own business, man. Don't be getting in every brother personal business, man. You know, and the brothers, you know, what he got going on in his home and whatnot. You know, we're not, you know, supposed to be getting into brother's business like that, man.
That's right.
You know, and it says, verse 12, that ye may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing.
That's right. Go ahead.
But I would not have you to be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope.
Yeah, so this is going into the men that have perished in this truth. Like Abba Bivens, King Masha, other brothers from other camps, you know, that may have suffered a loss during their time in the truth. The scriptures say what? The scriptures say that you mourn not as others that are without. Meaning you shouldn't be acting like what was the name of the movie where Martin went to the funeral?
Oh, Big Mama.
Oh yeah,
not Big Mama. It was a funeral movie that Martin was in.
I know what you're talking about. I forget the name.
I forget.
I'm gonna find it, but you shouldn't be acting like these people that throwing yourself out on the couch.
It's wilding out. Yeah.
What the world, man? Damn, man. You know, it's going crazy. Now the scriptures tell you that we can mourn, but we gotta mourn with a level of understanding. You okay? We gotta understand that the scriptures describe them as being asleep. They're not even dead; they just sleep, and the Lord's gonna raise them back up in due time. Okay, go ahead.
It says, I'll reread verse 13. It says, but I would not have you be ignorant, brethren, concerning them which are asleep, that ye sorrow not, even as others which have no hope. For if we believe that Yahushua died and rose again, even so them also which sleep in Yahushua will the Most High bring with him.
Hey, that was symbolic of when Yahushua rose from died. What happened? You had individuals that rose from the dead.
That's right.
They actually came out of their graves and they walked. Okay, and that's recorded in actual Roman history as well, that actually took place. Okay, so we gotta believe that. Hey, okay, well, you know, we believe that the Lord may raise up a lot of individuals at the latter time, man. Okay, that perished in His truth. That was, you know, men of the Lord that may have to, you know, go back to the spirit world. Hey, we believe that the Lord is going to raise them up.
That's right.
Hey, maybe more brothers in the future, coming in the coming future, that may have to go to sleep. But we got to believe that the Lord going to raise them back up. Hey, because Esau going to come down and persecute us, man. Okay? Esau going to come down. He's going to try to put us to death. And the scriptures speak about the blood of the saints.
That's right.
All right? And that's going back also too when you know, our forefathers was put to death for this truth as well. Okay,
that's right.
You know, during the Roman persecution, you know, when all the disciples were put to death, you know, not to mention the Native and Seminole Indians, Native Americans and Hispanic tribes, the men of the Lord that was over here that Esau came over here and killed.
That's right.
So that blood, did you tell you that in Revelation, that the blood of the saints cry out to the Most High? asking him, how long will you avenge the enemy? Okay.
Yeah. Also in Revelations, I don't know if it's that same chapter that you just quoted, but the scriptures speak about how the ones that sleep in your house say that the works gonna follow them. That's why it's important to constantly enduring this work, man, and don't give up. Have the mindset to finish, man.
That's right.
Like you quoted those at Luke 14. How they made mockery of him that they couldn't finish the building. Hey, your work's not gonna follow you, man. If you was to perish, man, it's gonna be like you never even did the work. But if you constantly endure, like the scriptures say, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved.
That's right.
So when you die in the faith, man, your works is still with you, man.
I got something for you real quick. Yep. Proverbs 24:27. Prepare thy work without, and make it fit for thyself in the field, and afterwards build thine house.
That's right. Yeah, that's a bad scripture. Let me put that out in that lesson. You gotta going back to counting the cost, man. Making sure that you're properly prepped. You got your tool belt. You properly equipped for the job at hand. The task at hand. Man.
Yeah, if you're going to assemble a entertainment center, you want to pull out the box first. You want to pull all your pieces out. You want to pull out your pamphlet, put all your screws together. Make sure you got your drill. Make sure you got everything you got. So when you start that, putting it together, you'll finish it. You're gonna be like, damn, man, I can't find this. All right, damn, man. But then next thing you know, 3 months down the line, it ain't done. You want to set it up. You want to set yourself up to be able to finish the job. And that comes with getting all the tools out of the scriptures. Okay?
That's right.
As like I said, you pull out something, you pull out, let's say you want to assemble a desk or something. Well, first and foremost, before you can even assemble the desk, you got to do what? You got to look at it. You got to look at the instructions. You got to know your pieces, your parts. You got to know the tools you need to use. You got to know all the things that's involved with you successfully putting this thing together. Right. That's the same thing in the truth. And that's why the brother was quoting that, because if we do sleep in Yahweh Shai, then we have to know that our works will follow us up, because eventually, if a brother died for this truth or dies for this truth, he counted the cost. He understood that it was a possibility there that he may have to taste that death. He went all the way through with it, so his works will follow him. And that's the importance of being a sincere laborer of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. Because sometimes that cost get heavy, and Jake don't want to pay certain prices.
Right.
Okay. But we have to understand what comes along with this faith, and we got to be willing to suffer it, even though we don't want to taste of that cup, and we have a strong chance of not drinking that cup.
Right.
Okay. But yet it's still left up in the air. Okay.
That's right.
I had just a quick account that I wanted to go into. Just dealing on with basically Yahweh Shai can raise the dead. In this Luke 8, and I'll start at verse 49. It says, while he yet spake, there cometh one from the ruler of the synagogue's house, saying to him, thy daughter is dead, trouble not the master. But when Yahweh Shai heard it, he answered him, saying, fear not, believe only, and she shall be made whole. And when he came into the house, he suffered no man to go in, save Peter and James and John, and the father and the mother of the maiden. And all wept and bewailed her. But he said, weep not, she is not dead, but sleeping. As in Thessalonians, it says those that are asleep, and it says, verse 53, and they laughed to him to scorn, knowing that she was dead. And he put them all out and took her by the hand and called, saying, maid, arise. And her spirit came again, and she arose straightway, and he commanded her to give her meat.
And that's the power of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. He has the power over death because he conquered it. And how did he conquer death? By being a righteous sacrifice for the elect, and then rising from the dead through him being that righteous sacrifice. Because death wasn't worthy enough to have power over him because he didn't sin. So that's why the Lord granted him power over death to rise from the dead, which a lot of you people that's just celebrated Easter, you don't even understand that.
Right.
You're just saying something that you heard.
Right.
Don't even know there's not even a scripture to support you celebrating him when he rose on the third day.
That's right.
That's not a high holy day, nigga. Okay? Right. There's no scripture that supports us celebrating when Yahweh Shai rose from the dead on the third day.
Right.
It's the Pesach. That's the Passover.
That's right.
Okay. But that's a whole nother topic. Let's get back into the lesson about Pesha.
Verse 15. It says, For this we say unto you by the word of the Lord, that we which are alive and remain until the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, meaning we're not gonna stop them from receiving their crown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say we're not gonna prevent them which are asleep. Okay, meaning they're gonna get their reward as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, remember the scripture say what? If we die in Yahweh Shai, and if we live in Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Now Paul was writing this unto the church of Thessalonica that were alive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, considering the fact that it may have been certain individuals that may have passed through to the spirit world, maybe through old age, maybe through a disease, or maybe through a tragic accident, whatever the case may have happened. But Paul was just letting them know the process of them being raised up. Okay, go ahead.
It says, verse 16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout.
With a what?
With a shout.
That links up with that in the book of Revelations.
Yeah.
All right. The great shout, the great noise that says what? Come up hither.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how kings were announced. Whenever a king came into, a king was introduced, it was always what? A trumpet, a shout.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Then the king come riding in on a white horse.
Crowd cheer.
Herald, what was it called? Herald.
Yeah. And Herald.
Yeah.
Yep. Came on like, oh wow, this is the king, got the crown. Man,
Yeah,
a great shout.
Mm-hmm. You know, and to show he's the one and only true power.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
Through the spirit, we're announcing the coming at the king actually right now.
Mm-hmm.
Our scripture say, "What cry loud, spare not." Lift up your voice like a trumpet.
Yep. And scripture say, I marvel at them that stood so stiffly for the name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's us right now. So you know when Yahweh Shema Shai come back, and Lord willing, we still here to witness it. Hey, what you think brothers gonna be doing? Hey, bro, get that Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, we just gonna be calling his name.
Mm-hmm.
You know, calling his name, asking the Lord to save us, crying tears of joy, man.
Yeah.
Right. Okay? Go ahead, bro.
It says, verse 16, for the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and the trump of the Most High. And the dead in Yahweh Shai shall rise first.
Yeah, those are going to be the ones that the Lord raised up, man. Okay? The servants of Hamashiach. Okay? And that's a beautiful thing, man. We have life, we have hope. Even if we do perish, we have hope. And that's the spirit of immortality.
That's right.
Okay? That is just that nobody can destroy you. Nobody can conquer you if you don't even fear. If you don't even fear death. Nobody can ever take your spirit. And Esau, that's what Esau hates.
Yeah.
He hates faith.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he can't stand, is faith. But the elect has faith, and that faith is not going to prevent them from getting that crown, regardless of what happens to them. They're gonna rock it all the way through. Now on this side, majority of the brothers gonna make it, man.
That's right.
Okay, because it's written. Scripture say in Mark the 9th chapter, there be some standing here that shall not taste of death. That's why we're doing this. So we won't have to drink of that cup. But the reality of it is that you may still have individuals that may have to drink of the cup of death, whomever Yahweh Shema Shai sees fit. Okay? Let's go ahead and finish that up.
It says, verse 17, then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord.
Yep. So once we're joined with Yahweh Shema Shai in the air, there will not be a separation again from the elect in Yahweh Shai.
That's right.
And brothers that's sincere, we desire, we long to meet Yahweh Shai. But we know him in the spirit because we love what he stood for. We love that example that he left for us, you know, in order for us to, you know, receive the salvation. So in the spirit, we already know Yahweh Shai, but we can't wait to meet him. We can't wait to, you know, for him to, you know, give us crowns and teach us and be our king. We can't wait for Yahweh Shah to get his glory. You know, to get his shine on, man. You know, coming back, you know, styling on these other nations, man. Flossing, stunting. We want Yahweh Shah to get that.
That's right.
And that they go to show that when the Lord gathers up the elect, we're gonna be with the Lord forever. Forever. Like we never gonna be separated from Yahweh Shah again. And it's been a long time since we've been with Yahweh Shah in the flesh. It's been a while, man. So when he comes back and joins himself to the body, man, it's gonna be amazing. You know, go ahead.
It says, verse 18. It's the last verse. It says, "Wherefore comfort one another with these words."
That's right. So we comfort each other with the words.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what we do. We take these scriptures and we give brothers hope, because Yahweh Shah left the scriptures for us so that we may have hope.
That's hope. You know, even knowing that even if, you know, it does happen that we have to die for this truth, and we can still be risen up from the dead and still receive salvation. Man. That's right. That's comforting, man.
That's very comforting. You know, it's very comforting, and it gives us the spirit to continue to push forth and not even worry about it, like Yahweh Shah did. Okay, because we understand that through all things, I can do all things through Yahweh Shah that strengthens us.
Right.
All right, which a lot of nigga women misquote that scripture, which they can't do shit. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother conversation, man. All right, so with that, you know, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. You know, Lord willing, that was edifying until the next time we do chapter 5. We hope that the Spirit rested upon you, brothers, tonight, and that you were edified. We want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors once again to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety, much love to the elect men, women, and children. Until the next time we say, Shalom.
Shalom.